Hi there viewers, welcome back. Dedicating this last half an hour to your text messages and your emails. So I think it was a very, very interesting subject that we just covered in the last hour. So if you do have any questions relating to the subject that we discussed on cancer or any other questions, send us in an email or a text message. Felicity, let's start with the emails. Hi, this is my first email to you. I'm a nurse deputy manager at a care home in Manchester, and I'm wondering, is it possible to download your 10-point program on cancer that you discuss? God bless you and thank you. And that's from Anne-Marie.
Yes, absolutely. I've made it into a Get Well, Stay Well course, and that's on my website, which is felicitycorbin-wheeler.org. I put lots of free information on there, including the trophoblastic theory of cancer, which I'm sure this nurse knows about. There's a tremendous amount of work that's been done over the years, and so I've been studying everything, and then I put on the website, I do new articles all the time, and I've got a website director who's helping me to do that. But basically I keep an eye on it myself every day and answer the emails.
Some of our viewers might not have access to internet and emails, so just briefly discuss what are the items that they can find on your website and what sort of information is there?
Well, I've just done a really good one on breathing, for instance, because we have this pollution at the moment in UK.
We do, yes.
So I sat down and spent about 5 hours writing it yesterday and loaded it myself. How about that side?
Oh, that's impressive.
Loaded it myself on my website.
Excellent. So, you sure you did it on your website, not someone else's by mistake? Or
side? No, don't speak to Granny that way.
Sorry, Granny. All right, well done, Felicity. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a look at some other emails. Okay, this is from Deborah, not on the subject that we've been discussing, but hi, blessings to you both. Have you got any tips for hay fever sufferers?
Absolutely, yes. Yes, the thing is, when your immune system is up high, Deborah, you will not get hay fever. So the fact that you're getting hay fever it's just a sure sign that you need to address these points of nutrition, exercise, the water. You know, a lot of us are dehydrated. For instance, it's really interesting, a little Himalayan salt on the tongue and you drink a lot of water afterwards will relieve all kinds of asthma and address the histamine problem.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It is interesting.
Because this week, actually, me and Lorna were in the office and we were both suffering at the same time with the hay fever.
Well, of course, it is, you know, it's the time of year because we've got various plants coming out, these beautiful plants that God's put there for us to enjoy. And it's a pity when we've got, you know, our noses in a handkerchief.
That's exactly right. Not very pleasant either, I'd say.
No.
Okay. Hi, Felicity. A while ago you mentioned about drinking out of plastic bottles and its toxic dangers. Does the same apply to boiling water in plastic kettles?
Well, now what would the lining of the kettle be? That wouldn't just be plastic because otherwise it would melt. So there's something inside. Certainly you want to keep away from plastics because they give off xenoestrogens. How about that?
Wow.
And so with children playing with plastic toys as well, you know, I realized that the children should go back to playing with wooden toys. I know that sounds really sort of hippie, but it's true. And I have a dear girlfriend in Portugal who has gone back to making wooden toys, you know, handcrafted ones, because we really want to get these plastic toys out of our children's mouths. It's amazing, isn't it?
More on the subject that we discussed earlier in the last hour. I have followed a high raw diet for years, but the spiritual side is vital, exactly what we were saying.
Absolutely.
Probably more important, I would say, and with love, you have much better hope. Still fighting with God. Still fighting with God's help. There was a bit of
well, that's good. Yeah, you don't want to fight with God. You never will. I can tell you. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really vital to have that peace in your heart. Read the Bible. I go to the Psalms, you know, I love the Psalms. And I've also prepared a little CD that people can listen to as they go to sleep at night, which is all based on the biblical way of staying well. And these things are so important because it's as though the brain is the president of the nation of your body, and whatever the president says is happening hormonally, chemically, electrically, magnetically throughout the whole body. You know, this is so interesting when you start studying anatomy, starting physiology, you realize that everything is controlled by what you're thinking.
Because on everyone's day-to-day life, Felicity, we all suffer from one sort of stress or another, and it could be one person is doing 100 different tasks in a day and one person is doing 1 or 2 tasks in a day, and yet the person doing 1 or 2 tasks is suffering from more stress than the person with 100 tasks. It's how we deal with that stress, isn't it?
Well, you see, boredom and depression really make you ill. They really seriously make you ill. So if you've got someone who's stuck at home, perhaps unemployed or retired, but really just bored and feeling low and feeling depressed, you will get sick. And what you have to do is ask God to show you what you should be doing with the rest of your life. And even if you're, say, 70, as I am, you know, you can start a great career of, I shall be here till 90, I'm sure,
You're
Si.
70, Felicity?
I am indeed, Si.
You don't
And
look
so
it.
I shall be here the next 20 years, and I hope you'll have the stamina to be there as well.
But it's the case of our mental state as well. But it's also influenced by what we eat and the exercise as well, and just to go out and have a bit of fresh air.
Well, we are what we eat. It's absolutely true. And even truer is we are what we assimilate, because our body is made out of these trillions of cells that are crying out saying, feed me what I need. I need water, I need oxygen, I need living enzymes. So when we go and have the coffee and the donut, in fact, we're not actually feeding ourselves at all. So we start, really it's a matter of education. We start to think what we're actually doing with our food. You know, are we just filling an empty space in the tummy with rubbish, or are we actually feeding the body something that will keep us fit? Because all the time cells are dying off, we're having to build new cells. And so it's like building a house. You know, you have to use the right fabrics to build the house.
Because we do notice when we have junk food, shall we say, when we were younger, we had junk food, it would never fill us up. You'd always feel hungry afterwards. But yeah, you have a good plate of wholesome food and you'll be full.
You see, that's the thing about the juice or a blend, you know, because people are always asking me, what's the difference? Should I blend? Should I juice? The thing is, as long as you are getting those living enzymes into the body, it doesn't really matter if you're juicing or blending, but it's an easier way, it's a pre-digesting way of getting the nutrients into the body. Some people are quite allergic to, say, eating a salad. They just haven't got the digestive enzymes left in their body to eat that salad raw. So what we do is I teach people to blend their salad. So you just get a blender, you put all your greens and your lettuce, your tomatoes, and everything in, you just whiz it up, blend it, only takes a minute. And then you can drink your food. And for anyone who's not very well, for young children, for elderly people, that is the simplest way of getting real nutrition, living nutrition, into the body.
Okay, I've got an email here, Felicity. Hi, Cyrus and Felicity. I'm so glad you're covering this aspect of health, as I believe this is more important than diet. Yes, eating proper food is important, but we have found that very few people get healed from diet alone. I myself am battling against years of dealing with symptoms of ME. Mm-hmm. And after many years have no help from doctors or support from family, I often feel I am pretty much alone, apart from my husband and God, of course.
Well, actually, the food will help, and you've got to radically detox. You've got to do the colonics, because you know you will never drink enough juices to clear yourself out of all those toxins. Something that I also do with people is the ionic foot baths, where the soles of our feet have these larger pores, and we drain a lot of toxins through the soles of our feet. So we do the ionic foot baths, which are amazing for people, and the colonics. So all these things will actually detox the body. And so if she's had ME for years, I mean, this is quite wrong. It should have been dealt with in a week when she first started feeling enervated, tired. I've got a lot of people well from ME, and it shouldn't take years to do.
Now she mentioned she's got support from her husband and of course God, which is great that she has her husband with her as well. But the importance of having the support from people around you.
Well, that's why, you know, to have a team, as we're always saying, with your doctor. If you've got a Christian doctor who will pray with you, who will help you not just with drugs, but also with the right food and some guidance. Naturopaths are wonderful on that as well. So, yes, you need to form a team. And if you go to the local organic shop, maybe, you'll probably find like-minded people there. You've got to really have a group around you who are on the same wavelengths and just really discount all negativity. You've got to get, you know, when Jesus went into the little girl's room, you know, Jairus' daughter, when she died, and he got rid of all negativity in the room. He cleared the room of everybody. And that's what I did when I had cancer. I didn't have anyone who was doom and gloom around me. I had my Christian girlfriends who were all in ministry with me, and I had terrific support. I took communion every day. I had just come back from Israel, so I had my talit, and I prayed under my talit. I took communion, and I felt entirely in God's hands.
And it's interesting from the first hour when we covered Oasis of Help. You can very much see that the doctors, they based a lot of the treatments also on the love that they show for the patient as well.
Yes, you see, in a lot of our young doctors here in UK and the continent, you know, they do go in to heal people, but it's rather knocked out of them by the pharmaceutical companies, and you're also taught not to be emotional with patients. You know, we were taught that as nurses, don't get emotional. But when someone is dying or when someone is near to death, they want somebody to pray with them, they want someone to love them. In some hospitals you're not even allowed to talk about your faith, which of course is frightful, you know, to wear the cross, as I always wear my cross. But in some hospitals you're not allowed to do that, and of course that is so sad, and patients are just longing for love. We all want love, we long for acceptance, we long for someone to come alongside us, you know, just the hand, someone touching your hand or your shoulder, and, you know, I'm with you, I'm with you. That is so important.
Explain to me about the experience that you had when you were a nurse.
Well, I trained hundreds of years ago. When we had the Florence Nightingale wards, you know, the big sort of 40-bed wards. I mean, it was a completely different game. And of course you had matron, and matron was terrifying. She was an absolute dragon, but my goodness me, there was discipline. And, you know, you sort of stood against the wall as matron appeared. And I remember some lovely Indian patient who'd had a broken arm, and I was actually in St. George's Hyde Park Corner, and I was doing my stuff there. And this Indian wanted to give me a little present because I'd been kind when he was having a lot of pain. And so he saved an orange from his fruit to give to me when I went on duty, and he gave it to me, and I was saying, no, I can't accept that. And matron walked by, and I thought, oh my goodness me.
You didn't say, oh, matron. You didn't say that, did you?
No, I didn't. I certainly didn't. I kept very quiet. But the thing is, you know, there was discipline in those days, and we cleaned things as well. You know, we really got down to the cleaning, whereas now you have hospital maids who come in and clean maybe not as well as we did. And so I think that is a cause of a lot of the infections that we get, the MRSA, the C. difficile, and but obviously nursing has moved forward. We've got wonderful new things. You know, the neonatal care is amazing for babies that are born too early, and critical care when people come in smashed up off a motorbike or smashed up, you know, in a car. There's much more chance now of surviving than there was when I was nursing.
Wow. Do you feel that the NHS is moving towards more natural remedies?
I do, and there are wonderful people in the NHS, and I know that it will survive, and I think it's a matter of opening minds. I mean, I was absolutely thrilled to be made a member of the Royal Society of Medicine, which came as a complete surprise to me. I just had an invitation to join as a senior associate, and I was absolutely thrilled because I think doors are opening, and I've always praised everything that is done by the top doctors, and that's why I always include top doctors in our program, because I think it's very important that people realize that these are orthodox doctors who have learnt to use the natural complementary things as well.
And it's also great having you on the program as well, Felicity, because you've been through what you've been through with the cancer and surviving that and making the drastic changes in your life as well.
Well, by the grace of God. And I really knew from this wonderful pastor who had been a nurse, I was absolutely sure that what she was saying was true. I could feel the Holy Spirit saying, this is the way you're going to go. And then I read Philip Day's book, with Cancer, Why We're Still Dying to Know the Truth, which really supported everything that I was learning. So very important to have that hope, to have that surety that God is always there, whatever happens. You know, as Christians, we know that when we die, we're going to be with the Lord. And that is the most wonderful, wonderful comfort when you're in that position.
Yeah, amen. Mary has sent us an email. Morning, Si and Felicity. Recently, Felicity said maybe apricot kernels would be too hard for the NutriBullet to cope with. I tried a handful of the kernels using the milling blade, and within seconds they were reduced to powder. Problem now is that I don't know how much to use. Any ideas?
Yeah, well, the NutriBullet will actually blend that. It won't. What I did say was it's not good with vegetables, the NutriBullet. But yes, the NutriBullet is designed to actually blend up dry something small and dry like a nut. So that's great. You need to read Philip Day's book, Cancer, Why We're Still Dying to Know the Truth, and which you can find on my website, incidentally. And then you will see exactly how much you should take. It's according to your size, your weight. And I took mine actually intravenously, because I started off with the apricot kernels, which everyone can buy, of course, and that's wonderful as a prevention. But if you are seriously ill, like I was, with 6 weeks to 6 months to live, then you need to get it intravenously, and that's what they do at these institutes.
Okay, we've got an email here. I've contacted this is regarding the subject that we covered in the first hour on the Oasis Hope of Help. I contacted Oasis Hospital and was unable to afford the treatment. Can you advise if a treatment could be done at home, or where I can get at the plan?
Well, absolutely, because I did it at home, and it's just a matter of self-discipline. As I said, you've got to do the diet, you've got to do the colonics, you've got to address stress, which is huge. And so this is why I've written the little course, the Get Well, Stay Well course. People can come for a week and try and get on the course. What we need to do really is create an oasis right here in Spain, in Europe, where people can go. You've got to have the right raw food chefs who are going to produce really nice food that people are going to want to have, you know, and not just, if people are really, really ill, they can't stand there and do the juicing themselves. I was so blessed because my husband juiced for me. I was doing 5 colonics a day. How about that? 5 colonics a day, so that's a pretty well full-time occupation. And he was making the juices for me. And then the doctor came and did the IVs for me with a lot of vitamin C, and this is really important because vitamin C is something we can all get hold of. And of course that's another reason why the living enzyme diet works, because it's loaded with vitamin C. And the more natural we have it, of course, the better it is for the body, the more easily assimilated into the body.
Okay, it's an email here. How can I find a Christian cancer doctor in the UK?
Well, I'm sure that there must be lots of them. I know of a few, and you can email me, and we'll see where we go from there.
Okay. Hi Felicity, I take 2 or 3 glasses a day of vegetable juice. Is mixed broth okay? Mixed
broth. Well, now what have you got in the broth? She doesn't stipulate what she has in the broth. If it's meat-based, then according to the trophoblastic theory of cancer, animal protein actually exhausts the trypsin and the chymotrypsin in the pancreas, and that is what fights off cancer. So I believe in the trophoblastic theory of cancer, which was That was expounded by Professor John Beard of Edinburgh University 100 years ago. He was absolutely right. So I wouldn't dare try to put in any animal protein into my body if I was fighting cancer. And even now, I don't have meat.
And I think the key of juicing as well is juicing vegetables and fruits is the energy that it gives you as well, doesn't it?
Especially the vegetables, because remember, the sugar actually feeds cancer in the body. So you don't want to start doing fruit smoothies and a lot of fruit. It's good to have a little bit of fruit in, but mainly you want those green vegetables.
What are the best or most effective fruits and vegetables for us to be blending?
The cucumber, the celery is always the basis of the green juice, and then you put in broccoli and anything that you can find. I actually love broccoli now. Years ago I used not to think it was very exciting, but I love broccoli, and I have it raw and I also have it steamed, and then I put wonderful herbs with it. You know, maybe I have mint with it, or chives. There's lots of wonderful herbs that we don't use enough.
And what is, just to explain to our viewers, what is your day-to-day diet, your daily diet?
Okay, well the great thing is to rehydrate in the morning, so we start off with the glass of water with a little freshly squeezed lemon in it. Then we go on, which alkalizes the body because it's just a little lemon. Then we go on to the bicarbonate of soda. So we stir that into a glass of water. So it's like a white drink. Drink that down, that alkalizes the body. Then we go on to the green juices. And then we go on to salads, fruit, if you want fruit for breakfast. Philip Day and I had breakfast on my terrace recently, and we had a beautiful fruit breakfast up there. And then in the afternoon I'll go on to vegetables, steamed vegetables. Curry is wonderful. Turmeric and curcumin or cumin, really, really important.
How do you prepare that? How do you prepare your curry?
Oh, lovely curry. I mean, I just base that on apples and onions, all God's wonderful things. I never put chicken or anything like that in the curry, because of course chicken is loaded with hormones, steroids, antibiotics. So you want a vegetable curry, serve it with brown rice, again, lots of garlic. Garlic's really good for us.
Can we eat, is white rice okay to eat?
Well, you can have white rice, it's not very good for you, but I mean, it's okay, it's not going to harm you. The thing is, the brown rice has got B17 in it. You know, there are foods that do have B17 naturally in them, like lentils. So these are the things to incorporate in the diet.
And then what else do you have towards the end of the evening?
What else do I have? Well, I don't eat after 8 o'clock because I believe in the daylight diet, which we did a program on. So even last night when I got back, you know, after midnight from the donations line, I didn't have anything to eat. I just had a little water, and then I slept really well. And I think it's really important to eat your meal between noon and 8 in the evening, which is the best time for actually digesting food.
What advice would you give to obviously some of us live very busy lives and we don't finish work till maybe past 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, shall we say? What advice would you give to them?
Well, then you've got to go out for lunch sometime during that day and eat your meal then, because you can't mess around with your body clock.
Okay, Felicity, well, we're just coming towards the end of today's programme. In about a minute, can you just summarise what we've discussed today?
Well, we've discussed the epidemic of cancer and how to prevent it, and I think it's so important. It's about education, it's about nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, relaxation, trust in God. We want to put it together, and it's a joy to find a Christian cancer hospital that does that, and we need to start one here in Europe.
Thank you very much, Felicity, for joining us today. Thank you also to our viewers for joining us. It's been a very informative programme. We played a number of videos in the first hour, so remember we have a catch-up service on Revelation TV. It's our website, revelationtv.com. Also to remind you that we're currently doing a building fund for a new studio, so we can be recording more programmes for you, so we can be recording a live programme and a recorded programme at the same time. And so the office hours are now open for you to receive your donations if you wish to do so. So thank you very much, viewers, for joining us today, shall we say. We have covered a number of topics about cancer It's important with the food that we eat, exercise, drinking water, and the support and family around us, and of course, the faith in God. Thank you. Take care. God bless. Bye.